Kindergartners, today we are going to be listening to a story called Dad and the Dinosaur. And as we're going along, I'll stop the story and I have some questions for you. Because again, we are thinking about our reading, okay? And so, as a reader, I know that I'm always thinking and then I'm wondering because this helps me be better able to understand the story. And sometimes my questions are answered as I keep reading the story, and then sometimes I have to infer. And when I infer in a story, that means I have to figure it out using the clues from the story to know what is happening. So today, while we're going to be listening to the story, I'm going to stop it at times and talk to you about my thinking, and then I'll have some questions for you along the way too. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Let me enlarge this so you can see it better. And Dad and the Dinosaur.
Dad and the Dinosaur by Jennifer Koldenko and Dan Santat. Nicholas was afraid of the dark outside his door, the bushes where the giant bugs lived, and the undersides of manhole covers. His dad was not afraid of anything. Nicholas tried to be brave like his dad, but he needed help. Big help. He needed a dinosaur.
Okay, I want us to stop right here because I'm wondering how a dinosaur helps him to be brave. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I have a question for you guys. Do any of you have something at home that helps you to be brave? I want you to turn and talk to someone that you're close to and tell them what you have at home that helps you to be brave. All right, thank you for sharing that. I think when we're able to talk about that, then it helps us understand better. And I was listening to some of you, and now I understand it. You have like a blanket that makes you feel brave, and so that just makes you feel good. It makes you feel secure, and it makes you feel safe. So that makes sense to me now. All right, let's keep on.
Dinosaurs like the dark. Bugs are nothing to them, and they eat manhole covers for lunch and everything under them for dinner. When little Nick had his dinosaur in his pocket, he was just as brave as Big Nick. You should have seen your son at the climbing wall today, his mom told his dad. No fear at all. He takes after your side of the family. Of course, there were times when Nicholas had no pockets. During soccer, he hid his dinosaur in his sock. When he swam, he tied the dinosaur to the cord of his swim trunks. At night, the dinosaur went under the pillow. Then, one day at soccer, Nicholas played against the goalie they called Gorilla. But no worries, Nicholas had his dinosaur, and his dinosaur was fearless. He kicked the ball so hard it shot past Gorilla's oven mitt-sized hands straight into the net. Everybody cheered.
Okay, I have a question. I have an I wonder. Okay, I'm wondering what the word fearless means. So let me see if I can figure it out. I'm going to use some of the context clues, and I'm going to use some word parts, and I'm also going to use the pictures because I already know that fear means you're afraid, and less means without. So I'm going to infer that fearless means without fear. So let's see if that makes sense in the sentence and matches the pictures. Okay, so if I said, but no worries, Nicholas had his dinosaur and his dinosaur was without fear. Well, that makes sense in the sentence. Now look at the picture. Do you see that dinosaur? He's got the soccer ball and he's got it ready. He's playing the game. So I would say that actually makes sense. Okay, that was good. I'm glad that we could figure that out. All right, let's look at the next part of our story.
His mom had the whole thing on video. You're incredible, buddy, Big Nick told him. Nicholas's face lit up like a glow stick.
Oh, so, I'm wondering again. I wonder what the author means when she says Nicholas's face lit up like a glow stick. So I'm going to need y'all's help. I want you to look carefully at the illustration, and then I want you to turn and share your ideas with the partner, because I'm wondering why the author said his face lit up like a glow stick. So I want you to turn and talk to a partner and discuss what that means. All right. Let me get our story started again.
But when it was time to leave, the dinosaur was gone. Nicholas searched from one end of the field to the other until it grew dark. "What are you doing, Nick?" "Nothing," Nicholas said.
Okay, I wonder why Nicholas doesn't just tell his mother about his missing dinosaur. Do you think maybe he wants her to think he's big and brave like his daddy, and so that's why she doesn't want to tell her that he's lost the dinosaur? What do you think? Oh, I hear some good thinking going on. That's fantastic. Well, let's keep reading our story.
On the way home, the night was as black as octopus ink. Giant bugs were everywhere, and their little car was nearly sucked under the street. Nicholas ate no dinner that night. He went to sleep early with the light on and nothing under his pillow. He dreamed about bugs as big as buildings and the world under the manhole cover. When his father got home late that night, he came into little Nick's room. "You have a bad dream, buddy?" he asked. Nicholas didn't answer. "It's okay to be afraid. All guys are now and then." "Who said I was afraid?" Nicholas shot back. "Nobody," Dad said. "But something's the matter." After a long time, Nicholas whispered, "I lost my dinosaur. He's the brave one, not me." "Let's go find him then," Dad said. His mother heard them putting on their jackets. "Where are you two going at this hour?" "It's guy stuff," his father answered as they walked out the door. Dad drove Nicholas across town to the dark field. Together they searched the spongy grass. Sure enough, there was Nicholas's dinosaur, as big as ever.
I have another I wonder. So Nicholas' dinosaur isn't big, right? It's because it's small enough to go under his pillow, right? But why in the story did they say it's big as ever? Let me think. I'm wondering about that. Are you wondering too? Well, I wonder if because maybe it makes him feel big and brave. And so that's why the author wanted to refer to the dinosaur like that. That would kind of make sense, right? Okay, well, let's see how this ends.
When they got home, they gave the dinosaur a bath and put him under the pillow. "Dad," Nicholas said, "don't tell Mom, okay?" "Of course not," Dad said. The next day, Nicholas put his dinosaur in his pocket, but he wasn't the only one that knew he was there. The end.
I want to stop here and I want us to talk about this for a minute. So now my next wonder is, because I told you all through the story and before the story and after the story, my brain is just thinking, and I'm wondering why the author wrote this book. Like, what is she trying to, tell us readers? What's her message, the big idea? So I want you to think, and I want you to talk about it with a friend for just a moment. Why do you think she wrote this story? Oh, okay. I heard someone say that maybe she wrote the story because she wanted to let people know it was okay to have things if that helps you feel more brave. That's good thinking. That's good thinking. If you have any after reading questions, This would be a good time to ask them if there's something you are wondering about. Okay. Also, I wanted to remind you that readers can ask questions about the pictures. Okay. As you're reading, you can ask questions about the meaning of a word or a phrase. You can ask questions about what do you think is going to happen next. You can ask questions about what they call the big idea, like what's this story mostly about? What's the story trying to teach me? It's also good, you can ask questions about, there's going to be parts of the story or the book that you just don't understand, so you definitely want to ask a question about that. Well, I hope you enjoyed this story. I thought this was a good story. And you're going to have an assignment that I want you to complete. And I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. And I will talk to you soon.